Hi guys! I know you already know about SSERAFIM's encore stage and all the critics they got, but today I want to go deeper into this subject and talk about the real problem with encore stages. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe and don't forget to like. Thanks! Encore stages used to be that moment when the artists have fun with their fans after winning music shows and sing their song. But as we can observe in K-pop, it became the only place where we can actually hear the idols singing live. The choreographies are so hard nowadays that some of them make it almost impossible for them to sing live during music shows, so everybody started to lip sync. We can also hear the idols singing live in their own concerts on tours, but it's not every time, and some groups don't even have that yet. With that, people unfortunately got used to listening to the perfect edited audio, and most idols don't even dare to sing live anymore. Even some survival shows are editing the performances, as if we shouldn't vote for their true talents and skills, but only for the ones the company likes. And of course, we see that K-pop is becoming only dance and looks. This is being like that for a while now. I think the dance challenges kind of helped to get to that, and that impacted the way we listen to live singers also. I think this is a two-way problem. There are the ones who ask for perfection all the time, and there are the idols who really need training, like in SSERAFIM's case. First, speaking of the encore itself, no, their vocals are not good. I think the problem is how people reacted to it. People could simply talk about it as a normal human being, but many haters took advantage to say whatever they wanted and call it constructive criticism, when they're just being bullies. Notice that I'm not saying everyone are bullies, but there were many, like really, there were lots of mean comments and jokes all over the internet, especially on Twitter. And that exploded into a big discussion. I saw a video of a vocal coach talking about it, and she said something interesting, that bullying is emotional, while constructive criticism is more about reason and technique. As you can see, I like SSERAFIM. I even have my bias Kazuha as my profile picture. But something that came to my mind when I saw the encore was how can three of them have come from a survival show, which is Produce 48, and have their vocals sounding like this in 2024. I mean, it's not like we haven't heard them singing before. Yeonjun even sang opera in 2022's SBS Gayo Daejun. What I think is happening is a regression in their vocals, which is honestly concerning. Let's analyze it. Kazuha wasn't a singer, she's a ballet dancer, and Eunchae is young and I've never heard about her before SSERAFIM, so it's normal that they are not as good as main vocals. The right thing would be to have trained them more before debuting, but I can make a whole video about how SSERAFIM seems to be made in a hurry sometime, so. I actually think they are good for their roles. I don't think they are bad singers. Kazuha takes the rap parts and Eunchae gets the parts that fit her voice better. She has a lot of potential. But I'll talk more about it later. Chaewon was the most stable in this last comeback it seems. But we've seen what she's capable of in Produce 48 and many other videos of her singing live, practicing, covers, etc. Yeonjun was trying to hold it together in this comeback, not as good as she could be, and we also know what she's capable of, because we have videos of her singing live in Produce 48, live singing content, practices, and the opera performances. For me, she's the best vocal there and Chaewon is not that far behind her. Both of them have technique and can move from head voice to chest voice, use falsettos, etc. Now about Sakura, she was clearly about to cry in the encore. I don't know why, but I'm sure they know about all the mean comments they are getting. Her voice was better when she was in the Japanese group HKT48, it was more stable. She's not my type when it comes to voice tone, but it seems that from Produce 48 on, it got trembly and shaky, except for some performances where she did well both on Produce and as one. I also noticed the lack of breathing techniques. I think if she got better at it she would sound really better. But clearly there's something wrong with HYBE right now. I say HYBE, but I think this is not the whole company, cause I've been following multiple groups of theirs, and there are some very talented people there, in the 500 subsidiaries, so I don't know if they practice on their own or what. Maybe HYBE fired someone that was good and got a mediocre coach instead. The thing is, if you look at these threes past, you can see that they sound worse in this comeback. That famous encore stage was the first one. Then, for the second one they played with flutes to diverse the attention. Even like that, there are other encore stages where they were better than the first one, but still shaky. I think the problem with these encores is maybe a curse, cause some other groups have gone through that. Okay, I'm kidding, the problem is not having proper training. Take Momo from Twice as an example. She was heavily criticized for Twice encore stages, because she got off key and couldn't sing some songs well. Time passed, and I've been to their concert. She was singing normally, even sang rap lines live. She seemed so free and relaxed, very different from her during some encores. And you can say concerts have lip syncing too, but when you are there, you can hear the difference from their mic, so there's no excuse. They even had some fails because let's agree, it's a 2.5-hour concert with choreography. By the end of it they were tired but still singing live. Same thing happened to IVE. They were heavily criticized and overcame it releasing I Am, which is a hard song to sing live, and they did it in their encore stage. All these girls got better, and I'm certain that what changed was the practice, the technique, and getting them confident also, cause when you're nervous your voice gets shaky, which seems to happen to Sakura a lot. It seems that K-pop took away Sakura's confidence. She seemed more confident before. But that's a guess. Let's get back to facts. In this comment I found in a short MR removed video, the person explains a few things. They went on a tour, they have no proper vocal training, and they have an exhausting schedule with mostly dancing and exercising. The person also gave examples about people that had regression in their voices because of incorrect techniques. This is something serious, and this is a HYBE problem, cause not only SSERAFIM is going through that. Actually, they are from Source Music, a HYBE subsidiary, so we don't know if their vocal trainer was hired by HYBE or if Source Music was the one to choose. Either way, someone is not doing their job. How can they have 3 girls from a survival show and let their voice regress like that? Are they giving them no vocal lessons and just focusing on dance lessons and exercises? Is the coach teaching them the wrong technique? This is honestly concerning for HYBE artists because if you keep practicing with wrong techniques you can cause damage to your voice. You can even have to go through surgeries to fix it, as Adele, the British singer, went through, for example. I truly hope SSERAFIM can fix this before it causes any damage to them, especially with Yeonjun singing opera. Now let's talk about SSERAFIM songs specifically. Another thing that's not helping them are their own songs. Everybody has a different vocal range, and it seems that HYBE always give them low-tone songs, but their voices don't fit it in the way they sing it, except for some of Eunchae and Kazuha's parts, which is interesting because they were supposed to be the ones with less experience, so maybe the company did that on purpose, thinking that it would be okay to give whatever tone for the other 3. It's the same thing that happened to New Jeans and people were complaining about. HYBE has been doing these low whispering songs, but not everybody can sing it that well, and if they want all groups to sing like that, why don't they train them for it? You have someone as Chaewon and Yeonjun in your group and you don't give them a single high note. That's like a waste of potential, cause both of them can do it very well, way better than those low notes at least. And if you think low notes like the easy in Yeonjun's part are actually easy, you are mistaken. If your vocal range can't get that low, it will sound trembly, weird, and you will need more breath to produce that, just like in one Yoonch's MR removed video I've seen. Well, for their title songs, at least Unforgiven and Anti-Fragile had some variations, but all the other songs are more for low tones. And Unforgiven also had a bad encore stage that made people complain, but less than easy. Actually, if you pay attention, you can see that their biggest success was Anti-Fragile. It was playing everywhere, everybody was dancing to it, and even if Easy have more wins, I don't see anybody doing dance challenges. I'm seeing more of that media thing for Smart, their B-side. I don't think that's a coincidence, because the choreography for Anti-Fragile is as hard as all of their choreographies, but they were singing in higher tones that fit their voices well and makes it more pleasant to hear. JYP was famous for doing that to their idols too, They used to give such high notes for the girls to sing, and they were receiving critics online. Such as Twice being forced to sing high-pitched, and ITZY having the same problem. For example, why would JYP make Nayeon sing a high note in the middle of the chorus, which repeats 3 times in the song and has a hard choreography? Well, they did it with I Can't Stop Me. And ITZY, I think almost all of their songs are higher than they could be, and Lia suffered with it, also receiving a lot of hate, like Twice. Nowadays, both groups have songs that fit better into their vocal tones and they sing with more confidence and get almost no hate anymore, at least not like SSERAFIM. This comment I found in a video explains it well. They didn't reach the high notes and they lowered it 2 tones and it worked. I remember how JYP talked to the girls and they reached that agreement. I'm glad JYP got their problem solved with Twice and ITZY and they had better encore stages. I hope HYBE realizes it and do the same thing. JYP was too high, now HYBE is too low. But even like that, success is something that bothers people and I plan on making a video about it. Even with all this discussion, by the time I'm editing this video SSERAFIM got their 9th win on music shows. That's something to think about, but I won't get into it right now. Another example I want to give before the video ends is also from JYP, it's about Stray Kids. They lost the member who was supposed to be their main vocalist and Sungmin was named to be the one, but he didn't feel confident about it and the reputation of the group would be affected, so he hired a vocal coach for him, got better at it, and everything went well. Even other members mentioned they wanted to join those lessons anytime. I hope if HYBE doesn't change, at least the artists there start hiring vocal coaches on their own, or watching YouTube lessons like Vicha's Kaylee did. Well, I think I said everything I needed. So, what do you think about it? If you know more information or some similar case as these ones, tell me in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Bye.